Guys, welcome to Bearable. Guys, suppose that you go to the market and you buy a chair and a table. Now, a chair costs $20 and a table costs $30. Now, have you ever bothered why a chair costs $20 and a table costs $30? I mean, did it ever cross your mind? Of course, if somebody thought anything about it, then they might think that okay, a chair is worth $20 because the only thing which you can do with a chair is sit on it. Okay, whereas with a table, what you can do with that is that you can use it for different purposes. Like you can use it for studying, you can use it to place anything on the table, you can use it to place books on the table, you can use it to place decoration items on the table. So you would see that the table has multiple purposes, whereas a chair has only singular purpose. You can only sit on it. Now I'm assuming that the raw material, the amount of wood that went into the labor and went into the making of a chair and the table is same. Okay, let's suppose it's like 10 kgs of wood. Okay, so despite the amount of wood being the same, why is it that chair is $20 and table is $30? Of course, one explanation could be that the utility of the chair is less compared to the table. Chair has singular purpose and table has multiple purpose, so that's why table is expensive. Okay, so if you are thinking from this point of view, then you are talking about the use value of the objects, in our case the tables and chairs. So it's like, it's the basic purpose as to why a commodity is made. A chair is made to sit and a table is made to put different things on the table. So another example could be a pair of shoes. What's the use value of the shoes? It's that you protect your feet when walking. So if you think that this is the reason why a chair costs $20 and a table costs $30, well, you might be right, you might be wrong, but that's not what Marx says. Okay, Marx says that instead of use value, there is a thing called exchange value. Okay, and he says that when you go to the market, you find a chair for $20 and a table for $30 is because of something else. It's because of exchange value. Okay, and what is exchange value? Marx says that why is that, a chair has a different use and a table has a different use. I mean, it's apple to oranges. But why is it that you can compare a table and a chair in terms of money, like $20 and $30? Why is it that? He says that there must be something common between the two, that you are comparing them in monetary terms. And the reason Marx put forth is that these two things have one thing in common, and that is amount of labor input. He says that, let's suppose, in order to make the chair, it basically costs you 10 hours, okay, of labor, whereas in order to make the table, it costs you 15 hours of labor. So Marx says that this labor, 10 hours or 15 hours, has value. Okay, so that exactly is called Marx's labor theory of value, that the exchange value which different products have in the market, like if you go to the market and a chair costs $20 and a table costs $30, is because of the value of labor that goes into making these products. Okay, and he says that of use value is of no interest to the modern capitalist. Okay, modern capitalists make profits by relying on the exchange value. This is the value which you see when a thing has a price tag. Okay, so he says that and he says that exchange value, it can be different, like 16, which could be $65, $20. It could be different from commodity to commodity. Okay, so what is a commodity? A thing that exists outside of us that we exchange for something we want. So something with use value and exchange value. So Marx says that things have value because of the labor that went into making them, and that value is expressed in common terms, in terms of exchange value, that is money. He says that whether a good is worth more or less, whether its utility is more or less. He says that in a market, a chair even can cost $30, and basically a chair can cost $30, and a table can cost even $10. Now you would say that a table has more uses, it has more utility, and it should have more value. Of course, you are true. It should have more use value, but in the market, in the operation of market, there is no concept of use value. Marx says there is only concept of exchange value, because even though a table could be cheaper despite it having more uses, if more labor hours went into making it. So all Marx basically reduces the exchange value and prices of goods in the market to labor input that went into making the product. So that is called Marx's labor theory of value, that all the products derive their value from the amount of labor that went into making them. I hope this video clarified your concept about labor theory of value, what essentially is a use value and what is exchange value, and why do we see different things valued differently in market, and the reason is exchange value and not use value. Thanks for watching. For more videos, do subscribe. Beable.